So far, I've been intentionally general with these videos, but now the gloves are coming off and I'm going to dig into some specifics. In the last video, I talked about choosing handheld as your lead platform, but now I want to go over what other options are out there. As I previously said, games used to be tightly refined to the platform that they came out on. In some cases, so tight it became almost impossible to port the game to another system. Those days are now history, thanks to a combination of computing hardware becoming closer aligned and software translation layers now able to fill in any gaps. This shift has changed player expectations, and if your game doesn't allow someone to play on whatever they want, whenever they want it, then you might find yourself getting ignored. There are still platform exclusives that do great numbers, but in time even those tend to end up on PC. So your lead platform choice now is really more about which audience do you want to tap into, and this in turn determines your performance budgets and your main input method. For instance, phones are now fast enough to run AAA games, but you can't assume that everybody's going to clip a controller to theirs. You have to lead with touch. The Switch is the slowest machine out there these days, but if you're serious about tapping into that enormous install base, then you have to make all of your budget constraints based upon it. 15 years ago, if you suggested making a mobile game to a AAA studio, they'd give you a dirty look. And today, you'll get that sort of response if you mention Roblox to them. But whatever you think of it, it's a platform, and it's massive, and it's on everything. But you have to tailor for the audience and the limitations of the Roblox engine. And don't rule Epic out here too. They are pushing Unreal Engine for Fortnite a lot right now, because they want a slice of that market, and it will become a massive platform in the next few years. So, let's look at how to actually structure a building block. Here is your question, along with your answer. Keeping track of the date that the decision was made is important, because new information may only have come to light after that particular point in time. So, knowing this at a glance can help if it does need updating. The owner here is key. The person that made the decision should ultimately be accountable for it. If a decision owner leaves the team or the company, then before they do so, these should be handed over to someone else who can carry the torch. If you've never worked in games, this probably sounds obvious. It is obvious, right? But if you have worked in games, I bet you've come across a decision that nobody knows who made it, nobody wants to change it, and it's getting in the way of moving forward. So accountability is key to success. And then for the reasoning for the decision. I've kept these short so you can read them quickly, but even so, don't go off writing a novel. Keep the information concise and, as much as possible, simple. The detail in a building block will reflect the kind of decision that it is, and this example is the minimum amount of detail that you should have in one. But you're now ready for what's to come next, how to use a building block to assign work.